live streaming on the Jewish Live platform. So welcome everybody. Warm greetings from Northern California. My name is Wendie Bernstein Lash, although many of you I recognize, maybe all of you, so you know who I am. But for those people that will be watching this stream and not in the Zoom and watching this later recorded, I'm a spiritual director, mentor, meditation teacher, author of CDs, and a chant service leader. And my work is both in the Jewish world, interfaith, and interspiritual. And you can ask me more about that later if that's a new term for you. I love working in the nexus of spirituality and tech. So this is a wonderful offering. And I want to start this first meeting on the Jewish Live Soul stage of midweek meditation by, first of all, honoring my teachers. I trained as a Jewish meditation teacher at Chochmat Halev about 15 years ago and had some wonderful teachers there. I go to annual meditations at Spirit Rock Buddhist Meditation Center in Marin County. And one of my lovely mentors and teachers is Sylvia Borstein and also Donald Rothberg. And then there's a local Insight meditation group that I sit with now online. And I have a little local Sangha of a wonderful woman named whose name is Susan, and that's in the tradition of Thich Nhat Hanh. So lots of different ways that I get filled up with my own meditation so that I can offer something here for all of you. And I honor and really feel the connection of teachers and students and colleagues who we all support one another's practice. And I also wanted to honor the land that I am on. So I live in what is known as Redwood City, California, in the San Francisco Bay Area. But this land was originally inhabited by the Lamchin tribe of the Ramaytush dialect of what's also called Ohlone and Costanoan language group of Native peoples. And I want to thank my friend, Lisa Rogers, who is acting as co-host today. Thank you, Lisa. She'll be monitoring the chat. So if you have any kind of technical issue, if you can't hear me, let Lisa know, and I can see Lisa and she can let me know. I invite you to, is the chat open, Lisa, so people can chat into it? We'll see if it is. I invite you to tell me and tell all of us where you are coming in from. I know I saw one person from Honduras. I know we have people from Florida and Seattle and Southern California, but let's let everybody know. Yep, Lisa says the chat is open, and I can monitor that. Jeff from Miami, Julie from Seattle, Listen, hello, Listen from Pacifica, Leah from Sunnyvale, Hillary from San Diego, Wynn and Lisa from Santa Cruz, Ellen from Palo Alto. And my heart is just so warm because I know all of you so far in the Zoom, and it's just lovely. Alice from Woodside. Just like my family's Seder this year, where we had people from around in different countries and different places. There are wonderful blessings that come from this time of sheltering in place. And so thank you all for being here. Lisa from Mountain View, and those of you in the wider Jewish Live and Facebook community, we welcome you as well. One more thing, since this is the first of a new series in Judaism, we have a blessing for new things, for new experiences, new tastes, new sounds, and this is certainly a new experience for all of us and the first launch of this series. So I'm going to say the Shehechianu, which is gratitude for this new time that we find ourselves in. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. And Dawn is coming in from Honduras, and Carol from Palo Alto, just a few more people, Kathleen from Menlo Park. So wonderful, glad to have you all here. I want to say a few words about meditation in general for um, this beginning offering for this weekly meditation. Um, and it's how I see meditation and how many others see meditation. That meditation, what we know is that the mind, what we perceive changes, and that we can work with our perceptions and therefore actually change our mind state. Our mind is trainable, and meditation is a spiritual practice that helps us cultivate. All spiritual practices help us cultivate that connection to oneness, what the mystery that underlies all creation that many people name God. And it's a mind training technique so that we can uh, have the mind that is calm and that can respond in the most wise way to challenges and difficulties that are part of the human existence. And so maybe you can think of these as soul boot camp for your mind. Meditation also helps us cultivate being an observer of our thoughts instead of being held captive to them, instead of being caught up in worry or something that we can't seem to shake that doesn't help us in order to respond to what's going on in our life. Meditation helps us create a distance between our thoughts and our actual experience. And so that's another thing that we'll be cultivating together. And my goal during this time, during this week, midweek meditation, is to help you cultivate spaciousness and ease, and to provide an avenue for you to have an easier way to deal with the natural challenges and difficulties that we all have by just being humans. So, to find that wholeness and that inner peace, which is actually our natural state, but that when we get off balance, we lose it. And meditation helps to bring us back to that. And so I invite you to be as non judgmental as possible about your experience here. Um, you wouldn't go out and try and run a marathon without practicing. And so meditation is a practice. And I invite you to just be with whatever experience it is. If you fall asleep today, if your mind is chatty, 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 and you never settle down, that's okay. One of the ways that we cultivate compassion for our lived experience outside in the world and for others and their challenges and struggles is to cultivate it first internally with ourselves. Each week, I'm going to do a slightly different theme or focus. So this will not be the same every week. But ultimately, it's about rest and rejuvenation and becoming more present to your experience. You can always ask me questions. You can reach me through my website, wendielash.com. And I'm the one who answers the emails, so I'll get it. Let me say a little bit about today's focus. So today I chose the focus of Hineini. It's a Hebrew word that comes from the Torah or the Hebrew Bible. We are on Jewish Live, but I work with Jews and non-Jews and Jewish adjacents, people that are enjoying the wisdom and spirituality in Judaism without necessarily feeling that they need to be Jewish or on a path to Judaism. And I think there is much wisdom in Jewish spirituality that we can share, just in the same way that I appreciate my Buddhist meditations and what I learned from that, and I'm not a Buddhist. So Hineini is the Hebrew. Hineini means here I am in English, and it's a response to prophets. The most notable is Abraham, that is called to by God, and Abraham, not Abraham, Moses. And Moses says, Hineini, here I am. And one of the ways that we look at Hineini is not, okay, here I am, I'm here, but oh, I'm here. Where actually am I? So the sense of Hineini is an invitation for us to actually wake up to what's going on, what's inside our head, happening in our body, what is our lived experience. And so this will be a very simple meditation this week, and other weeks I'll do more guiding or visualizations or other types of meditation that I have found helpful. I invite you to hold an intention for this time that we're together, to how Hineni is speaking to you. How might you need to stop and be present in this moment? Where might you be off track and needing to respond? Oh, okay, let me think about it. Where am I? And is this the place that I want to be in? Is this the mind state that I want to be in? Is this the way that I want to respond? And let this moment be a blessing and enjoy the now instead of the past or worrying about the future. So I'm going to start our time together with a chant, one, because I love chanting. I lead a monthly chanting service, which is now online for those of you who are not local. If you want to join me, let me know, and I'll send you access to that. And also because I find, and many people do, that chanting is a beautiful way to step into the meditative space. It already clears the deck. We're already in a place where the meditation has started by doing a chant or a wordless melody, which in Hebrew is called a nigun. So I invite you, as I start this chant, to settle in. If you're comfortable and you want to close your eyes, you can do that. You want to softly gaze, something beautiful, like a flower or something in your vision, you can do that as well. And we'll see you back. We'll be back together in about a half an hour. Hineini, 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 Take a nice breath in, filling up your lungs, and let it go. Take another breath in, and just relax and let it go. And as you breathe in your next inhale, notice the coolness of the air coming in. And as you exhale, notice the warmth that your life energy has added to the air going out. And just relax into your own breath, letting your shoulders rise and your chest open and your belly open with each inhale, and feeling the belly soften and the shoulders soften, collarbone soften with each exhale. At any time, you can always return to the breath to center you and bring you back into the body. And we'll pay a little attention to the body now, noticing first the sensations of pressure in our bodies. If you're sitting, you notice the pressure on the backs of your thighs or on your sits bones, maybe on the low back or the upper back in your chair. Noticing the pressure on the bottom of your feet or wherever your feet are touching the ground. Noticing the creases in the body where the elbows bend and the backs of the knees, maybe the front of the ankles. Now noticing the forehead. And as we look at different parts of the body, if there's anywhere that you're feeling some tension, it's just beautiful to breathe into that tension. And on your next exhale, just invite the tension to relax. No need to push it. Noticing the backs of the eyes. Is there any tension there? Softening the eyelids. Noticing the back of the head and the back of the neck. If you need to move anywhere to relax it, feel free to do that. Again, breathing in to anywhere that's tight. And exhaling, just letting the body naturally relax. Breathing in, noticing any tension on the front of the face or the jaw. And nice big exhale, letting that jaw open and relax. And as you take your next breath, noticing the throat and exhaling and softening the throat. Inhaling and noticing the front of the body, the clavicle and the front of the breastbone, the heart area. Breathing in and exhaling and letting go. The shoulders and the shoulder blades, we carry a lot of tension there. So you may want to, as you breathe, lift the shoulder blades up. And as you exhale, slide them back and down towards your back pockets, if you have them. And taking another breath and just letting it all go. And noticing as you breathe, the internal body, the lungs, the heart, any internal organs deep into the belly. And as you exhale, letting it go. Breathing into the hip and pelvis area, very tight from all the sitting that we're doing in our Zoom and screens. Breathing into that. And as you exhale, just letting it go. Breathing into the arms and the forearms and the hands. You may want to tighten the fists. And then as you exhale, let them go and let them fall gently someplace in your lap. Breathing into the low back. There's a lot of sitting and carrying there. And exhaling and letting it soften. And breathing into the legs. Just noticing where they are, any tightness. Breathe especially into that area. And exhale, imagine the breath sending out down your legs and out through your feet. And take a moment to see if there's anywhere else that needs an extra breath in order to relax. Paying attention to the body in this lovely way, honoring it as the carrier of our spirit and our soul. Giving it some rest and rejuvenation. And on your next inhale, think about gathering your attention, whatever that means to you. And on your exhale, focus the intention in your body. So as we relax into this time, paying attention to the body, Hineini, I am here, being present. See what speaks to you uniquely. Is there something that is wanting attention, whether for tightness or constriction, joy, gratitude, a desire for blessing? And if there's nothing in particular, focusing on the breath and the amazing life that you are, that you rebreathe into each moment of every day, of every hour of every day. You are constantly being reborn. And as the mind wanders, as it will, let the thoughts go and return to your breath and your body and to your soul and your spirit. In Judaism, one of the words for soul, neshama, has the same root as the word for breath. And so as we breathe, we use that as an entryway to feel connected to our unique spirit, the soul that is uniquely in each one of us. Just a few more moments being with your breath and being with your body. And I'll bring us back in a little bit with the same Hineini chant. Noticing if there's a way that you feel more present and more here in yourself and in your lived experience. So take a nice big breath in from the top of your head all the way down to the bottom of your belly, filling up your lungs. And as you exhale, let it go. And on your next breath in, or as you feel ready, you can open your eyes and come back. And I see that we have 20 people here. It's a nice, intimate group. And on Zoom, I know everybody, so that's very wonderful. So I ended a little early because I thought people might want to share a little. We're going to keep the stream going. So just remember that anything you share in the next 5 minutes will be included and recorded, both for my YouTube channel and for the Jewish Live. So just keep that in mind. And then we'll stop streaming in a few minutes, and I'll stop recording. And then if there's anything more that you would want to share, or if you feel like connecting, we can put people in breakout rooms and you can share your experience in a way that feels easier. So Lisa, if you will give people the ability to unmute themselves, if you want to share something, thank you, share your name and where you're located. And we have just a couple of minutes, so try to be mindful of other people who might want to share. And what did you notice? What was your experience? And is Hineini resonating with you, or anything else that you want to share? If you have a question, you can include that as well.
Wendy, Donald, your cousin from Honduras. Uh, I'm a very newcomer to meditation. Uh, Tried it for the first time and thought, well, maybe I'll get into this. Uh, Probably about a year and a half ago. But that was while I was traveling. Lots of free time, as now, when this having to stay home. So it's another time when I'm going to give it a shot and see if I can really get into it with you, which is very nice.
So it's a great comment because I'm sure you're not alone. I actually know met everybody here, and there are some major meditators here, meditation teachers here as well, and all of us struggle at some point with meditation, and it's like anything that we're practicing. We're continually practicing, and this was a long sit for somebody who is new to meditation. And so I invite you to be compassionate with yourself. And if you got a moment of uh, relaxing the mind and letting yourself be in that spaciousness, that's huge. And if you didn't, keep coming back because it is a cumulative practice. And so I've been meditating for decades now. And the first few years were challenging, and I stuck with it, and then I became a meditation teacher. So I actually know that it is quite difficult. And you can also raise your hand if you've ever had any challenge with meditation. There you go, Don. You're not alone. And as a meditation teacher, I still have challenges with having a practice because sometimes my mind just can't settle. And so I just honor it, and then I try another time or try it in a different way. And some people like walking meditation, something where I can give you some hints. I don't know, maybe we'll do a walking meditation on here. I'll try that and see how it works. But it's not, everybody can do it, but finding the way that fits best for you and the meditation that fits best for you, that's something to explore and to look at it as a wonderful exploration instead of it's not working.
Right. Thank you.
Win.
I just want to build on that of saying what I've learned is it's the sit that matters. It's the act of sitting. And that's all that matters is the act of sitting and being present as best you can and then getting up. We have this thing that we're supposed to do things right. There's a right way to do it. And what I have learned about meditation is there literally is no right way. There are as many ways as there are individuals that we get into it. But the key always is doing it, doing the act. And it is a practice. I for years, like, didn't get this. I thought of it as a practice, like a doctor's practice or a psychiatrist's practice. But no, it's practice. It is practice for life. And so we're not supposed to do it right, but what it means is the better we get to it, that we get at doing it in this environment, the better we're going to get to it when we're not in this environment.
Thank you, Win. So that's going to be the end of this moment. I'm going to stop the live stream in a second, but I'm here for another 15 minutes if we want to chat or share. Before I stop the live stream, for people that are watching this as a recording, I just want to give them a prompt for reflection. What did you notice? What is your experience? And I also want to thank you all for your presence and practice. I'll do this again with the local group, or the local group. That's pretty funny to say that. The group that's on Zoom. But in yoga, we say namaste, which is the divine light in me, honors the divine light in you. And so I'm trying something a little bit from a friend of mine. She says something, and I've changed it a little bit to fit, and it's B'Tselem Yah. So Tsela, we are made in the image of Yah, of the great oneness that underlies all creation. So I'm going to say to all of you, B'Tselem Yah, and thank you for your practice and your presence. And I have stopped that recording. I think. Oh, this is